One of the things that I believe in strongly is what Jim Rohn says, where you want to get paid more, become more valuable. You want to reach more people, become more valuable. You want to be more influential, be more valuable. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you guys, somebody's not valuable as a person or in the eyes of God or, the community, things like that. It's not about that. We're all equal and we bleed the same. But what we're talking about is a measure of wealth and economic value that you bring to society.
Right.
So how do you become more valuable, right? You can learn, you can read books, you can get a degree, you could get a certificate, you could get a license, you can study a particular area, become the expert in that area. And so you can become more valuable and then provide more solutions and more services to clients. And so that's something that I've lived by, because if I just want to earn more, I have to help more people.
Yeah.
How can I help more people? I have to become more valuable to people. So as a real estate broker, as an example, as a real estate broker, we are, limited to what we could do.
Yeah.
The buying and selling of real estate, investments, things like that. And then, we became more valuable when we brought on mortgage services. So to help out our buyers, that's one way we became more valuable. So now we're helping more people by getting them financing. And so the list goes on. You could do so many things, right? In the same line of work that you're doing.
Yeah.
And so becoming more valuable is the key to increasing your influence, to increase the money that you're making, and to just increase your business activities. How do you become more valuable? You could answer that for yourself when you're listening to this, watching this. You could totally answer that for yourself in that industry that you're in. And I'm not listing them in a particular order. And as you know, we don't script anything. So I'm just going off the top. Number 2 is you don't have a business without people.
Yeah.
And so if you're not treating people right, don't expect your business to last.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. If you're not treating people with the utmost respect and courtesy and customer service, if that's not a standard for you, then they'll go where that is the standard for them.
Of course.
So, nowadays, somebody wants me to go spend a lot of money on a particular product. And, if that person has poor customer service, it's like you're turned off. Even if the product check marks everything off your list, you're turned off about going to that person and doing business with them.
Yep.
So what you want to make sure of is that whatever you're doing, customer service, excellence, treating people right, that doesn't mean you're a walking doormat or whatever. You're not a doormat where people can walk on, I should say, but you're treating people right. You're doing right by them. That should be standard.
100%. We were just talking about that recently. I don't know if it was like after COVID, but honestly, like customer service is lacking nowadays. That's like everywhere you go though.
Not only is it lacking, I would go further to say that it's gone in the other direction where now you're going places and people feel entitled.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to come to your place of business to eat or to buy something if you have that entitled mentality.
100%.
Especially, no offense, Gen Zs and that kind of like, I don't know who you guys think you are.
Exactly.
But even especially millennials too. Like I'm not knocking on anybody specifically, but Gen Zs, millennials, people that feel entitled, like that's not how this works.
Yeah. Yeah. These are the places that now have these tip options in place.
Yeah.
All
like
of a sudden.
I went to Five Guys the other day. They quickly took my order. I walked in. Hello, sir. How are you? I'm like, I'm good. How you doing? How can I help you? Didn't even answer my question. It's like a robotic thing.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm not going to build a relationship with that person necessarily.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's like just a little bit of acknowledgement. Have a conversation with somebody. I'm good. How are you? Good.
For sure.
What can I get for you?
At least you got, how are you? I go to places where they literally look at you until you say your order and you're like, okay, nice. Hi.
That too. I've experienced that too. So here's the thing. And then those people are expecting a tip.
For doing the minimum.
And I'm like, well, I used to work at restaurants as a waiter. I know why I deserve a tip.
Exactly.
It's because I'm serving tables. Obviously, I'm doing the best I can, treating people nicely, rightly, all that stuff. And then I could get a tip.
Exactly.
Why would I give you a tip? You're taking my order at a fast food place. I take my bag and then I leave and I go eat it at home.
Exactly. What did you do besides doing your job?
It does exactly. So the tip is just more money for them.
Yeah.
That is unnecessary. If that's going to ever become a requirement, I promise you that's the day I stop eating fast food.
Yeah.
I should probably stop eating now, but that's the day I'm done. I will never tip when it's not for service. So treating people right and all that should be number one.
100%.
Like in terms of like your standard.
Yeah.
That you need people to generate sales,
of course,
and revenues and things like that.
And that's why we have so much repeated clients as well. They want to continue working with you. They want to continue getting that respect and that friendship, because that's what you honestly, besides like being your clients, they generate a friendship with you.
Yeah, we're friends with a lot of them. I wouldn't say all of them, but we're friends with a lot of them. People that can separate business and personal, it's always good to have that,
of course,
separation. However, people feel more comfortable when they're friends with you.
Yeah.
And so that's always a sales thing. It's a good sales thing. But at the same time, I just want people to know, like, hey, we're doing a transaction together here, but I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know where this relationship may go. So you keep it open and you develop relationships with people that way. But then, one of the other things I would say that is missing so much from people nowadays is branding.
Yep.
So example, Nike and Starbucks and these other companies charge more for their brand and what they stand for and all that stuff, and kind of the community that you become a part of if you buy their products and or services. And so branding is super important. Some people may be listening to this and see they don't know exactly what Millennial Choice is or who we're affiliated with. We're completely independent. We don't have a bigger real estate company managing us. We don't have a bank or somebody managing us. We're completely independent. And why that's important, it gives me full autonomy to create a culture here of transparency, the way our office is designed, and even the glass that's in our office, in not just in the boardroom, but little pieces of glass that you could see in our office was done purposefully with intent by me when I was designing it to promote transparency if you're walking by the office.
Yeah.
So these are different things that I can do on my own that I wouldn't be able to do if I'm affiliated directly with another company. So branding is so important, and not misusing that as a way to lure people in, not misusing that, but using it as a way to say, this is who we are and this is who you'll be doing business with if you work with us. So branding yourself, I think, is very, very important. We could talk about social media. Maybe that's not on the top of my list. It's not at the bottom, but closer to the bottom, I would say.
But it's definitely important, especially nowadays, having that presence, right?
It's important, but I don't want to jump to it just yet.
Yeah.
Maybe later. But the next thing I would say is, how much money do you spend bringing in a client? So you get a lead. How much money do you spend on that lead? How much time do you spend on that lead? What does it cost for you to acquire a customer or a client, right? And so that number is very important, because what I see most people do is most people will have a large budget to advertise and spend marketing dollars on different modes of advertisement. And they'll do that because it's the system that they just keep getting leads in the door. They have to vet the leads. They have to go through the leads, spend time with them, and hopefully some of them purchase, right? I mean, we see it with what we're doing now. Now we're starting to do more of that. For 11 years, I didn't do any of that.
Right.
My only marketing that I would say I did is, besides free organic social media, is I would reinvest back into my clients. How do I do that? Well, number one, I would do like a barbecue in the summer. We would do the Christmas gala. We did all those things, up until COVID. And then we brought the gala back. The barbecue, not yet, but we're going to bring back soon. But I those events are not general events.
Yeah.
I want to invite now, it's specifically, especially now, it's by invite only for our clients. So that's one way I reinvest back in them.
Right.
By, getting everybody together. We have a party, we drink, we eat, we celebrate good times and all that stuff. Celebrate good times.
Our events are so much fun. So much fun.
But the point is I'm reinvesting back into my clientele that is already doing business with me.
Yeah.
And it's way easier to do business with people you've already done business with.
Of course, especially they trust you.
Yeah. Than new leads, new business persons or new leads.
Yeah.
So you're running this business. You need to understand those numbers, what they look like.
Absolutely.
You should still have stuff generating new business to get people in the door, of course. But I heavily invest back into my clients.